So let's talk about setbacks. This is something that is often overlooked, but a lot of people deal with this on a daily basis along their fitness journey.
Yep.
And that's pretty much what this is, right? This is a fitness journey. There's no point A to point B when it comes to reaching your goals. In most cases, there's always gonna be something that you're gonna have to overcome and deal with in order to reach that end goal, all right? So with this video, we're gonna talk about setbacks that we're dealing with, setbacks that you may be dealing with, and we're gonna give you some tips on how you can overcome those and reach your goals in the long run.
Oh yeah, so even for people like us, we try to work out every day, eat healthy, do the right things to stay healthy and fit, but we even have obstacles that we have to overcome sometimes on a daily basis to get us to our end goal, right? So even right now, shooting this video, as you can probably hear in my voice, I'm pretty sick. I've been sick the last few days and have not been able to work out. That is a setback. A couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with lupus. And for those that are new here, it's not something that I've talked about a lot. And it's been sometimes a struggle daily and some days are okay. He ruptured his Achilles tendon a couple of months ago.
You didn't know.
And if you don't know a lot about Achilles injuries, one of the most difficult and longest roads to being fully recovered. So our goal with this video is to talk about some of our setbacks, minor and major, that we've dealt with now and in the past, and things that have helped us to overcome them, stay on course, and still keep our eye on our end goal.
Oh yeah, so let's get right into it.
Let's get into it.
All right, so the number one thing that you must do when dealing with a setback is to accept where you are. And I know that can be difficult, trust me. When I first ruptured my Achilles, I was in complete denial. I didn't even want to think about the road ahead. I was still exercising and doing things that I probably, I'm not gonna say probably, I wasn't supposed to be doing, just because I was like, I'm fine, I'm optimistic. It's probably just a strain, I'll be fine. But obviously, once I was able to see a doctor and he, did all the tests, and he was like, yo, it's gone. You ruptured your Achilles. That was a big reality check for me, and I had to really process it and think about the road ahead. So it was difficult. There were like a good 2 weeks where I was just laying on the couch depressed, thinking about all the things that I can't do. I can't do any lower body exercises. I can't run. I can't do box jumps, or a lot of the athletic workouts that I was used to doing. And then also it came at a very rough time. I ruptured my Achilles in late November. And if you know us, our birthdays are in December, the holidays are in December, and I couldn't even go home and travel to be with my family. And that was just a difficult thing to deal with. But again, once I was able to really soak it in and accept it, it allowed me to look at the things that I can do and am able to do. So for example, I can still work out, right? I still got my upper body intact. I still got my core available, right? I can still do workouts. I can still edit. I can still work and put out content for you guys, and allow me to look at things in a much more positive light.
So that brings me to tip number 2, and that is to recreate your plan or your journey. So for example, he had a whole program written out before this injury happened. The program did not go to plan. It obviously had lower body exercises in there, but once he was able to accept that he had a ruptured Achilles, he was able to look at, okay, what does this journey look like? For the first few months, it's upper body, it's core, and it's maybe some lower body machines. So, and then he knows, okay, once I start PT, I'll be able to add in some lower body exercises. Once I get rid of the boot, I'll be able to add in even more. So he's able to create a program based on his recovery plan, right? For me, for example, I can write a 6-week plan, and it's going according to plan until one day I wake up and I'm inflamed, or I'm puffy, or I'm super achy. And let's say I wake up and I have a heavy lower body day that day. There's no way it's happening. So I can look at my program and say, okay, am I able to get through my upper body day today? I'll flip-flop the days. Or do I need to take a rest day today? The day that I was supposed to rest, I'll do my lower body that day and I'll try to recover today. It can even be a minor setback, like being sick, for example. Sometimes when you have a cold, you might be out for 2 or 3 days. It's not a big setback, but for that week, it messed up your workout routine, right? So in that case, sometimes it might be, you know what, I gotta scrap this week and just do what I can, and then next week I'll start back at week 2 or week 3 or wherever you left off, right?
And sometimes a setback can be a blessing in disguise. So in my particular case, like again, I don't have my lower body, but I have my upper body and my core, and I'm gonna work this so much to where I probably wouldn't give my upper body and core this much attention if I had my lower body. So it's gonna come a point where I'm a lot stronger in my upper body, my core core is gonna be a lot stronger than it would if I never went through this setback in the first place. So really look at your setback as a blessing in some cases, and it can really work out in your favor.
Yep. All right, so the next tip that we have for you all is to create tunnel vision on you and your own specific journey. So what I mean by that is this is the time for you to really focus on yourself, because a lot of times, especially with an injury or a major setback, you're gonna get a lot of outside noise. And this could be people really trying to be helpful and beneficial to you. So for example, he might have people saying, you should be doing this, why aren't you doing this? Or with lupus all the time, people might say, stop eating this, this, and this, or start eating this, this, and this. And just because something worked for other people does not necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. So you might try all those things and then get discouraged when you're like, well, it worked for these people, why isn't it working for me? Because it's not for you, right? So when you focus on your own specific journey and really think about what it is that you need to do to overcome this setback, it will help you also get out of that setback a lot quicker, because you're not focused on all the outside things and you're not trying all these random different things. You're doing what is working for you and focused on your specific goal ahead.
Oh yeah, if there's any point in time where you need to focus on yourself, it's right now during this setback, because only you're going through this injury and you're the only person that can get yourself out of this injury, right? So create that tunnel vision. Is gonna eliminate a lot of that outside noise and help you focus on getting back to where you were and progressing beyond.
So focus on you.
Focus. All right, so the final tip that we have, if all of this fails and you just can't get over that hump, or you just can't figure out where to go next, ask for help, right? You know, and I know that can be difficult, trust me. You know, when I first got in this boot and people would ask me, hey sir, can I help you with these bags? Or can I open that door for you?
Or even things around the house.
Even things around the house, right? I'm so independent to the point where I don't like to be a burden to other people. I don't like to feel like I'm, you know, taking time away from other people. But there are people out there who are more than willing to help you. You just have to ask for help. You know, you have to put your pride to the side, ask for help, and it can make a world of difference, and it can save you a lot of time and help you get through that setback faster than you would if you just tried to do it by yourself.
Oh yeah, and sometimes asking for help is not just, you know, support from family or friends. Sometimes it's reaching out to a professional, right? So for example, when he hurt his Achilles and he's like, you know, I want to build my quads, but I can't do squats, I can't do any load bearing. He knows there are machines and things that he can do to still be able to work his quads. That is our knowledge. You may not know how to do that, and we wouldn't expect you to know how to do that, right? So that's where reaching out to a trainer or even to your PT and saying, hey, I'm committed to my goals, I still wanna work out, what can I do, you know? And if you don't ask for help, one or two things could happen. You could, one, go into the gym and be doing things you should not be doing and make the injury worse. Or you don't know what to do, so you're like, you know, I don't know, what can I do? I don't know, and then you just stay home and do nothing, right? So if you would ask for help or like reach out to a professional, they could help you come up with a plan if you don't know how to, and then now you're back on track with your goals.
All right, everybody, that was the 5 tips that we have for you in order to help you overcome those setbacks, whether it's minor or major. We want to make sure you have certain tools in place to help you overcome those setbacks if they ever come your way.
Oh yeah, and we know a lupus update video is long overdue.
Way overdue.
Like he mentioned, he's documenting his progression through healing this Achilles. So we'll do separate videos to update you on our own personal setbacks and just give updates on that. But we wanted to take this time too to say, just how we kind of taught you guys, give yourself grace through a setback, give others that same grace, right? So you might see your favorite fitness influencers, celebrities, or even people at the gym who their energy may not look as high in their videos, or they lost weight or they gained weight, or they may be going through a setback that you have no idea about, and they're doing all the things we just said. They're showing up, they recreated a plan, and they're still pushing through to their journey, right? So try not to be judgmental in other people's in their own journeys,
don't
right?
leave negative comments and not understand what they're currently going through.
Yes, because they may be going through something that they may be focusing on themselves and not sharing a lot of that journey because they're so focused in. So, you know, I can tell you specific videos where minutes before pressing record on the camera, I was crying, literally crying.
I can vouch for that.
I was in pain, I didn't feel good, I was bloated, I was achy, but with the way our schedule works, sometimes if we don't film the workout that day, day, it may not get done. You know, we're on pretty set schedules, so I have to suck it up and push through the workout. So in the intro, people might be like, oh, Toya's energy is low. Oh, Toya doesn't look as high energy as normal. And then I could film a workout the very next day and be bubbly, super lean, and just be happy. Yeah. But the day before, I was in pain, you know, but I pushed through to stay on course, and I showed up, you know? So sometimes you really don't know what others could be going through. So try to give them the same grace that you would give yourself in going through a setback.
Oh yeah, so with all that being said, we want to use this video and this space as an opportunity to just help each other get through these setbacks. So if you're currently going through a setback and you're lost and you don't know how to get through it, drop a comment and just express that and let people know, because you never know who might have went through that setback and can have some tips for you. And then vice versa, you know, if you've been through a certain setback and you found different ways that helped you get through it, drop that in the comments as well. You never know who this could help. And again, we're gonna use this as a space to help each other get through our setbacks. You see, you know, we may look larger than life to some people, but she has an autoimmune disease that she battles on a daily basis, and I'm dealing with, I have no foot essentially, right? So we're gonna help each other all get to our goals. Again, this is a journey. There's no point A to point B. We're gonna have to go through some hills and some obstacles, but we're gonna help each other do it together, all right? So we thank you guys for joining us for this video. We love you guys, and we'll see you at the next one.
See you all at the next one.